Welcome back to another vlog. A little bit of lore behind this video. So we usually spend summer in our cabin that is near Warsaw, where we climb on our home climbing wall that you can see in some of our videos. But from time to time we actually have to go to the city to do some chores and other things that adults actually have to do from time to time. And during one of those trips, I decided to visit a bouldering gym that I usually train in. And I wanted, because I was setting in this gym quite recently, I wanted to do a video about me trying to flash all the boulders that I set. Unfortunately, we made the trip much later than I was planning to. So the lore of this video will be me trying to flash all the sixes in this bouldering gym. But before that, they actually set up a new spray wall. I started my session by setting a boulder. I mean, like after obviously warming up a little bit and doing some how do you call like when you do a lot of moves on the wall in English? Anyway, that was the boulder that I set. It wasn't the greatest boulder, but it had some fun moves and I really enjoyed it. So let's get into the flashing part. The goal here was to flash all the sixes. And this is the first boulder that I actually chose to do. Let's see how it went. So that's it. Thanks for watching and hopefully see you next time. Yeah, so I fell on the first move. It was a little bit embarrassing, but to be fair, the holds on the first boulder were very crimpy. Let me just turn on my magical pointy device here so I can draw it for you. So those were like kind of aggressive crimps, and obviously when you have a good fit it's not that bad, but I wasn't very warmed up at the moment, so I did not really hold them. So I decided to start with a different boulder. I mean, like, obviously I did not flash all the sixes, but yeah. So this one was like a little bit of coordination at the beginning, then you had to find some fit, keep your hips close to the wall. Generally a fun boulder. This one I enjoyed. I don't remember the finish, but I guess it was okay. Yep, first stop of the day. And I went back to the red boulder on the vertical wall. And this time it actually went. Oh no, spoiler alert. Yeah, so like I was kind of angry at myself that I did not do it the first time, and I also feel like this kind of made me not want to try hard for the rest of the boulders, because for example for this one I kind of decided to go for the beta break because those holds here felt like they are kind of close and maybe I can reach them. But I didn't. I did not reach them. I actually fell. So yeah, unfortunately, 2 flashes gone. On the second go, I did not do the boulder in the most pretty way, but I actually did it. I'm spoilering. Actually, we should be watching it together. I should keep the poker face and look as surprised as you are that I'm topping or not topping the boulder. There it is. Another top. So actually in this bouldering gym, oh no, another boulder. I will stop for a moment. Poker face. Okay, the thing is, like, There is a hold here. I did not see it, and there are like footholds, I think here, yeah, and here. I did not watch it before. I saw like big shiny holes like here, 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 and I ignored everything else. It's not a good way to climb boulders when you want to flash anything. I actually thought like at the beginning there's like some kind of dino or something, but it was much simpler than that. So once you see all of the holds, it wasn't that bad. In this bouldering gym, the sixes, I like should be easily flashing the sixes if they won't go overboard, as they sometimes do, especially like after a big competitions when a lot of different route setters are setting everything, because there were times that really good climbers couldn't do all sixes on one session, and it's like it doesn't happen very often, but there are some sixes that can surprise you in a way. And in the meantime, another flash. Oh, this boulder was kind of cool. It wasn't particularly hard, but it had a lot of hooking, and hooking is fun. This is also the wall that was set as a spray wall, so there are boulders set in a color scheme, but you can also open retro flash up and find a lot of boulders in there that are custom. Among others, my boulder that I said is super cool and everyone loves it, and I think it has no repeats, or it maybe has one repeat from the owner of this gym. So he probably felt pity for me and did the boulder despite it being terrible. This one was actually hard. I don't remember if I did it correctly. I remember I had to use more strength that I really wanted to. Oh, and there is like a boulder on the right, this big green one, that I was really afraid to try because it felt I will maybe talk about it in a minute. For now, I'm like not seeing this hold. I don't see that it's there because from the top part, it's a little bit dirty, so it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, and now that once I saw it, it was fine. So this one had some kind of move in the beginning. I thought it's some kind of extra step, but I wasn't sure. So it wasn't. I wasn't sure if I will flash it because I wasn't sure about the beta. But let's see how it went. Yeah, I'm preparing for extra stamp and seeing that it's not happening, and now I'm like desperately trying to find other ways to do it. Woo! Yeah. So this was like a good idea, just I spent too much time on the starting hold and the execution was terrible. The thing is that because I was so afraid of the start of this boulder, I actually did not really watch what's happening in the second part. What you will see in a moment. I'm just now figuring out that despite first moves, there are like a lot of other moves, and I had like no idea where it's going, how it is going, and if it's hard or not. Will it cost me a flash? We'll see. Okay, so I'm not seeing this hold here. I'm trying to do the boulder with this foothold, with this foothold here, and I'm not seeing this one. Because, you know, watching boulders ahead of time when you want to flash them is a good idea, and I have no idea why during this whole session I completely forgot about it. But once I knew all the holds, the beta was obvious, and... or maybe it wasn't. Maybe I will fall. Who knows? Once again, poker face. Yeah. Imagine doing boulder with all the holds on the wall. Terrible. Terrible. Oh, and this boulder is actually the one set by me. It was on... it was for the competition that was in this gym, but it was left after that for people to try. Also, the pink one was set by me, but it was like a little bit harder, so not for this session. Actually, I think most of the boulders that are left were set by me. This one too. This one was actually kind of hard. So I knew that I should be able to do them, which is kind of funny because for all the tries in this session, I was doing 2-minute breaks because I did not have much time on this session, and like technically sixes shouldn't be that hard for me. I'm not saying they weren't. I'm just saying that they shouldn't be. And between my boulders, I did like less than 1 minute break because I assume this one isn't mine actually. I did less than 1 minute break because I thought like, oh, okay, it's my boulder. I should be able to do it. The thing is like I wonder if they were harder than others or they felt harder than others because of the breaks. But I didn't remember what to do because, you know, I set them and I never climbed them again. And it was really a while ago. So I had like in a few places I really had to like use a little bit more strength than actually necessary because I was climbing them in not necessarily the most optimal way. This one is mine. The ending of this one is like a little bit forgiving, and I don't actually remember what was the intended beta. I just reached here. I think like the intended beta was to like step on this volume before reaching the top here. And this one felt super hard. I don't know how I did it in like original version when I set it, but in a way that I'm doing it, it felt a little bit harder than it probably actually is. I'm not sure. I used a lot of reach there. And those were like all of the boulders. So basically, as you saw, I did not flash them all, but in all fairness, except the green one and the red one, most of the mistakes were because I just did not watch the boulder before climbing it, so I wasn't very unhappy with it. It was okay session, I enjoyed it, and I even climbed a little bit after that because I wasn't super tired. So thanks for watching and hopefully see you next time.